Hello and welcome to yet another episode of The Day in Film Spooky Cast! As October draws near to its end, I sit here and appreciate horror from all across the globe. And today, I watched a pretty good one. I watched Possum, directed by Matthew Holness, Holness, something like that, British guy. And guys, what a movie. So this is a very, I hate saying artsy, but it is a sort of artsy film. It's hard to really define what happens in this movie, but I'm going to give it my all right now. Possum follows a man who is incredibly struck with guilt, trying to get rid of a seemingly evil hand puppet that he made that looks something like that. Or I'll probably just have the trailer right up there, and I'm sure you'll see it. So automatically, I really like this movie because it's set in Britain or somewhere in the UK. So what's so great about that, right? So if you couldn't tell, from my lavish bedroom and my gigantic bed, I am not European. I am American, born and bred, 4th of July, oorah, bald eagle, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, killing innocent civilians in other countries. That's me. So seeing the British life is so interesting to me, and a lot of movies that I really love are experiences that I would otherwise never get to experience. And that's why movies like Trainspotting and Hot Fuzz and even like Dash Cam are so cool to me, because they don't take place here. Everything is fundamentally different there. They speak the same language, and most of the customs are similar, but they're just not exactly the same. And I think that's a lot of Possum's special energy. As horrible and as much of a shithole as the UK is compared to the glorious United States of America, there are some landscapes that you just really never see in film in the UK. The constantly rainy, glum atmosphere, all these huge swamplands that are basically untouched, with a tiny little wooden bridge that's just kind of there, abandoned military barracks, things like that. It feels so foreign and like impossible to imagine in the US that it really does a lot to separate itself, and it gives it a very unique sense, a really unique feeling. And along with that feeling, this being a horror film, I'd say it's actually pretty scary. Again, the possums, or the possum, the hand puppet, the whatever you want to call it, the design of the monster is great. It is incredible. It's scary. It's very minimalist, but it is still very scary. It's not like a huge, gory, disgusting monster. It is just something that fundamentally does not look right. And that's what I love to see in horror. Not only that, but the design of the house that the main character ends up staying for a majority of the film is incredible. It captured that same abandoned feeling that you'd find in Silent Hill 2 and maybe Resident Evil 7. You know, the moldy, burnt walls, all the furniture and all the plates in the sink are disgusting and dirty. It looks so gross and grimy, and it does feel scary, just because you're like, man, I would hate to clean that up. That's a scary mess. You know, that's exactly how I felt. This movie is not very long. I don't think it's even feature length. It's like 5 minutes under. If feature length doesn't mean 90 minutes, I'm sorry for misusing it so often, but that's what it means to me. It's a very short movie. It gets its point across very, very well, very concisely, and it does it through a very cloudy sense, to where you never really feel like you have a clear understanding, but it's always leading you towards the right way. You never feel completely lost or just like confused. There's always some sense of understanding in the story, which is great for a story like this, where it's kind of supposed to keep you on the edge, kind of on your toes, wondering what the hell is happening. I did think the reveal at the end was very good, but in saying that, I think it's a shame that some things are, and I know I say this a lot, but I think it's a shame that some things are not carried through all the way to the end. Some things feel almost a little too mysterious. I would have liked just a tiny bit more explanation, or even just a little bit more backstory, or just a little clearer, I should say. But, I mean, that's just me not paying as much attention as I probably should have. the metaphor for that this film kind of holds, the baggage thing with the guy literally carrying around a bag of trauma the whole movie, feels a little ham-fisted, but I think it's pretty clear. I think it's very unique. I mean, not unique, but it does it particularly well, I think. But I mean, what I really love about this movie is its British setting. I know I already said it, but man, rainy, disgusting British forest is like a drug to me, man. I think it's just this whole movie, Possum, is a brilliant piece of British filmmaking, and it's a shame that, you know, I'm looking on Letterboxd right now, 3.3 average, not as good as it probably should be. I think this is a great movie. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Really enjoyed it. Definitely a very special movie. I recommend you watch it, absolutely. It is on Prime for free, or if you have Amazon Prime Video, which who doesn't at this point? Amazon owns my house. But yeah, I don't have much more to say. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later.